Over the 20 years I've been doing this business, I've ran with a lot of different chemicals over those years, a lot of different setups, and the newest one that Mark 7 has come out with is very organized, takes up very little space, and we all know we could use space in the back room of a car wash.
Pretty much always had Mark 7 chemicals, but I can tell you that the quality of the wash is excellent. We use the low pH for the pre-soak, and then we use alkaline pH for second pre-soak. The shampoo behind me, 300, we use a lot of. Then we have a premium wax, which we use, and of course Shine Tex, which is a great wax.
A lot of my customers know the quality, and that's why they come here, is because they know they're going to get a high quality wash with the Mark 7 chemicals.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of Car Wash Magazine Live. I am your host, Matt DeWolf, Editor-in-Chief of Car Wash Magazine. Hey, on today's program, we've got a special treat for you. We were out in Las Vegas. We had a chance to visit with Scott Horner from Terrible's Car Wash out there. Yes, that name is on purpose. And we were out there kind of preparing for the car wash show coming up in November, but why not, when we're out there, why would you not visit a wash and take some time to capture a story? And so we've got that coming up for you here in just a few moments. We're going to get into it with Scott, talking about what they're doing with some unmanned tunnel operations, and we're going to show you one of his sites out there in Las Vegas. But before we get there, let's start first with I was talking about why we were in Las Vegas, getting ready for that show. So that show right here, here's the dates, November 15th through 17th. You should get yourself registered because it's going to be a phenomenal time. It's the biggest and best car wash show on the planet. I'm really excited to get there because it's been like 2 years, y'all, since we've had the chance to gather at this particular show. And I still remember what it was like for me the first time I went to one of these many moons ago, and the sense of awe that kind of brought for me, and the ability to kind of connect with other folks in the car wash community, I think is something that you cannot replicate. So looking forward to connecting with all of you on November 15th through 17th in Las Vegas. I will see you all there. Now, also going on this weekend car wash, we've got Gleam Car Wash. Kudos to them for raising more than $15,000 donated here to Project Search. Project Search is a program for graduating high school seniors with disabilities, and it helps teach them the skills they need so they can get jobs at places like, Gleam Car Wash. So awesome idea, awesome program, way to give back in your community. This really is about more than washing cars, so congratulations to Gleam. Now, I don't know what kind of show this would be right now if we didn't talk about some openings, right? So Superstar, you can see their logo up over there. Superstar opens their 35th location in Arizona. Kudos to them for the work that they've got going on. And then, of course, we've got Soapy Joe's opening some locations in San Diego as well. Kudos to them opening their newest out in that space. If you are not getting mentioned on this program, that means you are not sending me your news. That means you need to send it to mdewolf@carwash.org, and we'll get you mentioned, and it'll show up in the little ticker tape down at the bottom. So that's fun. Who doesn't want to be on the news? So what else do we have going on in the same vein of more than washing cars? The photo up here in the left here, friends, the right, I guess, as you're watching it over there. I can't point. That's Motor City Washworks. They've been doing this for 13 years now. This is the 13th annual open house and charity auction benefiting, this one benefits St. Jude's. And they most recently raised more than $350,000 that they were able to donate to St. Jude's. So hats off to them. It was really fun to help them do a little bit virtual last year during this event. Because of COVID, they could not have it in person. This year they were able to bring it back, and they brought it back with pretty great results. So kudos to you all for making this thing about more than washing cars. All right. Now, one thing that is about washing cars, friends, is hiring, right? We all know hiring is tough. The labor market's tough. We're going to be talking about this for a very long time. However, there's a space that you can go that's dedicated for people looking for jobs in car washing. Guess what? It's right down here. It's careers.carwash.org. Go check it out. There's nearly 1,700 resumes there, searchable for you. And then on the flip side of that, if you want to post a job there, it's $50 a posting. And again, that's going to dedicated car wash folks. So it's a little bit more of a targeted audience. Give it a check, see what you think, and let me know. Now, I was talking at the top of the show here about a couple of things, one of which is the show coming up, and another of which is the number of openings going on and the number of people getting acquired and selling and all of that. In this week's episode of Car Wash the Podcast, we dive into that with Jeff Pavone from Amplify Car Wash Advisors, and we get a little bit of his insight into where he thinks the industry is going and what's changed, what's changing, and how we need to be kind of thinking about our business as all of these things happen. So check out that wherever you get your podcast content, or carwashthepodcast.com. You can go there as well. Now, we were talking about, in this podcast, we talk a lot about what's going on in the industry. You're going to notice a trend here because last week on this show, if you missed it, we were talking to Stu Crum from True Blue Car Wash about what he thinks is going to happen in the industry and what he's seeing. And there's some parallels here, but in case you missed our conversation last week, I just want to share with you real quickly this little clip from Stu from last week.
Yeah, so I mean, anybody is lean. Lean is actually LEAN. Isn't just I'm lean.
Yeah.
It's actually a Kaizen principle of being lean, and we use different things. Once again, so it's using 5S in our shop to actually also being lean in the way we run our business. So we try not to, as an operation, add more people until we absolutely are painful and it hurts. Why? Because we want everybody in the organization to be a subject matter expert at what they do. And so we don't want to add a bunch of people to do that. So everything we do, we try to lean out and put a system and a process. And that's all the way back, by the way, in our front office and our back office. And the lean principles that we have implemented through the company at the site and at corporate allows everybody in the organization, if you will, to have some principle and processes to live by and understand by. So it's critical to our growth success. I don't think we could have grown the 34 sites over the last 18 months unless we had these principles early on in place.
We are live and in person today in Las Vegas. I've got my, you can't see this, but I got my gambling shirt on. I got my gambling socks on. We are rolling and rocking here in Las Vegas. We're gonna be here again in just a couple of months for the Car Wash Show 2021, November 15th through 17th. We'll see you there. But for now, we're gonna talk to the man himself, Scott Horner. Scott, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, Matt.
Hey, I am so excited to be here with you because I think we've got some really impressive stuff going on in this market. The industry is super hot. But before we get into all that, tell me, how in the world did you end up in car washing?
Long story. Long story.
We've got time. We've got time.
Okay. I actually started with the Terribles team in high school.
Okay.
Got a job, summer job in high school, vacuuming cars, and I've been there just about ever since. So I've been with the Terribles team for 35 years now.
Wow.
I've got a chance to do just about every job along the way, vacuuming cars, driving cars on, wiping cars, managing detail, a little bit of just about everything along the way.
And you're still here.
I'm still here, still standing, even through COVID.
Even through COVID, you made it. You made it on the side. So,
Yes.
Okay, so that's how you got into it. You've stayed for some reason. You know, you get it, like we always say, you get the chemistry in your blood, and you can't get out. Tell me a little bit about Terribles as a company. Give us kind of the lay of the land, so to speak.
Terribles is a family-owned business. They've got 156 convenience stores. We have 57 car washes. We've got 10 self-serves, and we've got 7 more convenience store car washes in construction right now. So we've got 7 of them going now.
You've got some things going on.
Got a couple things going on.
Just a little busy.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you're busy. Everybody in this industry is busy right now. It's actually kind of crazy how much people are growing and how much is changing just in the last couple of years. I know in Vegas, you guys kind of hung out and you were kind of one of the only players in this space for a while, but that's changing. What is that doing for Terribles?
Yeah, you're exactly right. A lot of car washes going in Vegas right now, a lot of competition. We've kind of shifted a little bit over the last couple of years. Actually, it's been probably a little bit longer than that. We've dived into unmanned tunnels, which has been a real challenge.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
And we've also gotten into the in-bay automatic, the touch-free world.
Yeah, okay.
So we've done quite a few of those lately also, which I never thought I would be doing in-bay automatics. I grew up in the tunnels and that's all I knew.
Yeah.
And today we're doing quite a few of them, and I'm actually surprised how well they're really doing.
So let's talk about, that's what I love about live, my friends. You can't hear me, but that's okay. So we are live. We're going to talk about, let's go to in-bays first, then we're going to come back to unmanned tunnels, because unmanned tunnels is a whole different beast. Tell me what you're seeing on the in-bay side and how that's working for customers and kind of what's been surprising for you in that.
Yeah, the in-bays, I'm really shocked that, you've got to wait. It's 5 minutes a wash, so I'm shocked that people are waiting as long as they're waiting for the in-bays. We're seeing there is a customer out there for that touch-free, and they really want that touch-free, or they just, I don't know if it's they don't want any interaction at all. They can come in, do their social media and online, or do their emails and catch up on that while they're waiting, and then get the touch-free car wash. So it's amazing. I'm really shocked at how well those are all doing.
Well, and what's interesting to me is there's such a push in this industry right now for friction and tunnels and big express operations, and you guys are going the completely different direction. I think that's fascinating. Why?
Yeah, it's a niche that nobody's really filling here, and we're seeing the success with it. It's going really well.
That's super cool. Super cool. Okay, so in bays, let's talk about how that plays into another big topic in the industry, your subscriptions. So you guys are doing unlimiteds with your in-bays. Does that cross over into your tunnels as well? How does that all work?
Yes, actually, we started it quite a few years ago, and we've added those in-bays into our monthly passes.
Okay.
So today you can get a car wash at an unmanned tunnel like this, or you can go to our in-bay, or you could go to a manned tunnel. You can go at any one of those 57 locations right now and use your monthly pass.
Yep. Well, and you were saying off camera, one of the benefits is it's 24/7.
Yes, those in-bay touch-frees are 24/7. They're running nonstop.
And that's like, I think a super important value add, or if you've watched any of our other episodes, you'll know the term value unique, friends, from Chip Bell. But it's value unique, right? Because if I'm an unlimited customer, I can go to any of your locations, and I can go anytime, and that's a whole different beast.
And especially even if it's raining really bad and you're closed, you can keep those open nonstop.
Yeah.
So they're great, and with the touch-free, you're almost seeing no damage.
Yeah.
So a weight off the shoulders with that also.
That's maybe our worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Maybe our worst nightmare. Oh, well, that and labor. So let's talk labor, because it's impossible to find people. There's a lot of ways to tackle that problem. One is you can really buckle down and figure out how you're going to attract people. Two is what you guys are doing. We don't need people. We're just going to go unmanned. Talk about that decision and what you're seeing.
Yeah. So the labor market here has been really tough
Yeah.
for everybody, and we're just trying to figure out the way to maneuver through it. We've done a few more of these unmanned tunnels, and we're trying to perfect the process.
Yep.
Going through. Obviously we still have more work to figure out there, and it's a process. And we have noticed with our customers, once they get through and they've used the facility, they just keep coming back and they've got it down, and it's no big deal for them. So it's a process for us, and we're working through it.
Are you guys doing anything for the customer in terms of helping them through that process on the front end? Like, how did they get used to it? Is it trial and error?
Yeah. We've tried to staff some people out here once we do the grand opening and,
Yep, okay.
and teach people how to use the facility. So we're doing a little bit of that on startup.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, well, what else are you seeing? Let's talk a little bit real quickly about Vegas market in general. What are you seeing in this space? I mean, obviously a lot of express tunnels are coming in. You guys are doing a lot of washes like this behind us, which is an unmanned, shorter 80-foot tunnel. What are you seeing?
It seems like there's a car wash going up everywhere right now, including us. So the car wash industry is just exploding, and it seems like everybody's doing really well.
Which is nice.
Yep.
But at some point we're going to level off, right? And so how do you think that what Terribles is doing is maybe setting them up for success?
I think one of the advantages we definitely have is we have the convenience store, we have the fuel, we have the car wash, we have that one-stop shop. So that's our big advantage right now, and the convenience with how many locations we have. You can go all over Vegas, and also we're in southern Utah.
Okay.
We're in the Arizona market, and we're in Southern California also. So I think the convenience with us, with all three profit centers and all of our locations is a huge convenience for our customers.
Yeah, well, and I think you hit on something that's really important, which is you guys, you're regional, right? It's a geographic kind of self-saturation of the market. And I think that's a really important play if you're in this space and you're trying to grow. You gotta own your market. You gotta be the one. Right. I think what's going on behind here is really cool. We're going to go see another one of Scott's sites here in a little bit. I think we're going to check out one of the in-bay operations. Tell me, what's the future look like for Terribles? Where are you guys going?
With the 7 sites going right now, I was hoping to slow down a little bit with all the staff, but it looks like we're going to keep going right now. So I would guess we're in that 80 to 90 store area before too long.
Okay, Scott, so I'm going to let you get back to it here in just a minute, back to the business of washing cars, but I love to ask one question of everybody that's on the show. What is one thing that I can do today, if I'm an operator, I'm a professional car washer, that will make me better tomorrow?
Yeah, I think visiting as many operators as you can and getting involved in some of the programs like ICA does. They do a lot of those programs where you can get out and meet different people, different operators, and as many operators as you can talk to and get as much information as you can. Over the years, for me, that's helped me tremendously.
Yeah, it's super important to get outside perspective.
Absolutely.
Scott, you couldn't have set me up any better for what I want to say next, because he just said you have to go connect with people and other operators, and guess where you can do that?
at the show
At
here
the
in
show,
Vegas.
you guys. That's so good. That's so good. That's so good. Scott, hey, thanks for being on the program. I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. For you guys watching at home, if you want more shows like this, more inspirational stories, you know where to find them, carwashmagazine.com. And guess what? When you're out there with your unmanned tunnel, your in-bay, or your express operation, your full serve, your self-serve, whatever you're doing and you're washing cars, keep it clean.
I'm just having a good day, having a good day.